Yeah.
Okay, so welcome everybody. This is the Fab-in-a-Box workshop. We're going to move a little quicker because we are, I know we're running out of time. We're looking at Fab-in-a-Box. As you can see in the picture, is a new turnkey solution that we want to have for access for students and educators in several different places. So I'm going to go to the next. Screen. I have my colleague Abigail McCune. Abigail, do you want to give your introduction or you want me to do it?
Absolutely. My name is Abigail McCune. I'm an educational outreach consultant for the Fab Foundation. I'm also a STEM instructor at the Carnegie Science Center, located here in beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I say that while it is currently raining outside, but
Mhm. Awesome. And I'm Rodney Williams. I'm the program manager for education and outreach with the Fab Foundation. I'm based in Chicago and I work remotely in the Windy City. It's not too cold today. All right. In terms of Fab Foundation, we originated in 2009 out of the Center for Bits and Atoms at MIT. And we're moving into, we have 15 years on here, but we're moving into several years in the Fab Lab space. So we don't oversee any labs per se. We're more or less a vessel to provide resources and knowledge and things and access. We want to just definitely democratize digital fabrication so everyone has access. In terms of labs now with throughout the world, there are over 2,700 labs in 160 countries now, and we're excited to keep growing that. I'm going to go to the next screen. So here we are with Fab-in-a-Box. So this is a low cost, high impact product that we're looking to put into different spaces, not just traditional classrooms, but also library spaces and things like that. But this cart, well, it was a cart at first, but now we're calling it more of a wall. So it comes with a 3D printer, laser cutter, and vinyl cutter. It also has we're we have set of activities that we have created for this. We want to move away from curriculum and focus on activities to provide a foundation for educators. And there's also software that you can use with this, but this is what we want to put out to make sure that everyone can engage with these tools. As some of you may know, a Fab Lab can be very expensive. We're trying to bring these in at scale at a low price so everyone can access them. This was our version one Fab in a Box. Piloted this and then we released it last year for our FabX conference in Puebla, Mexico. One challenge we had with this cart was it was extremely heavy, and we were thinking about how educators can push this around or actually lug it around inside of schools and spaces like that. And Abigail's husband and myself had the opportunity to push this thing from the auditorium space to the Fab Lab space in Mexico. And I'm a pretty big guy, and he's extremely strong as well. And we had challenges moving this thing along. So we went into our version two.
it also the first version really limited the access that students have to the cart. So you just have all
Absolutely.
your machines on the front here, where you have like maybe an educator and a learner could stand at it together, but you really don't have that surround where you can be a part of the classroom as a whole and have the machines really central focus.
Absolutely. So we've moved into version two that we call the wall. And as Abigail just mentioned, we were thinking about accessibility. So if a student is in a wheelchair, they can get access this easily. It's interchangeable, so you can actually modify the way you want to set up your machines. It also the walls connect, so if you wanted to purchase more of them, you can have a whole wall worth of machines. And both sides are you're able to attach to both sides. So it's double-sided. So this is our newest version that we're going to be rolling out here soon and piloting. So this is where we're at now with this. We're looking forward to receiving educator and student feedback and kind of know what we can do better in this space. So I'm going to pass it over to Abigail.
Before you go to the next slide, I just wanted to mention, um, so with the slots that we have on the wall, these like oval shapes and how the machines are connected, since you're able to maneuver and rearrange, we're also hoping for the expansion of different accessories and tools that you would be able to 3D print and fit to attach to the wall, different things that students would be able to create and educators in their classroom to really customize it and make it a space where learning is fun and really personalized to the learners and the instructor. And this is just, it's more colorful, it's more engaging. Um,
Mhm.
the first version that we had. It's very steel gray, not as fun, not as
Heavy.
colorful, heavy, clunky. This one, much more lightweight. We also have the biggest issue that we were trying to address, and the first version of Fab-in-a-Box, you were able to close the doors, lock it up. That was a big concern that from educators that we had spoken with before designing. So with this, what we have addressed is you can see in the second and third picture of the wall, you have these cases that go over the machines. These actually lock, so you can lock them, and they lock the machine to the wall, so you wouldn't be able to pick it up and take it with you. But it's also more accessible, right? So we can take that lid off, we can unlock it. There's a key that goes into the side and have access to that machine.
And we're also looking for educators and students to be able to 3D, they can create their own pieces that go to this wall as well. So I'm going to move to the next slide. Abigail, I can take this too. So in terms of spaces where we want to have the machines, we're looking definitely in the formal classrooms, school classrooms, but also museums, libraries, different science centers, community centers. We do work in refugee camps and things like that, so we want to be able to have this in those type of spaces as well. And then with the machines, in most fab labs, you have to have ventilation and things like this. With this machine, the laser cutter is vented within the cart or the wall, so that's something that we don't have to worry about. And then, it's very accessible and movable. So we're looking forward to putting this out and seeing the responses that we get for this. Abigail, I'm going to go to the next slide.
So as far as lessons are concerned, we currently have some of our lessons up on Scopes DF. If you're not familiar, this is our educational resource site that we run through the Fab Foundation. And on here, we've created a special collection for the Fab-in-a-Box lessons so that
Nice.
educators would have this digital access to the activities and lessons themselves. We have a collection of 11, and they serve more as a starting out point for the cart to get students and instructors comfortable with each machine. They provide the step-by-step instructions for the facilitator, and there's one per that engagement level. We have 3 lessons for the vinyl cutter. We have stickers, paper pop-ups, and pinwheels. And then for the laser cutter, we have the invention kits, stamps, and botanical press. 3D printer, we have the spinning tops, 3D printed dice, and then casting and molding. And we do have 2 additional that are focused on that cross machine combination, so with automata and balsa gliders. Our exposure level is that very beginner. It's the lightest lift of all of the lessons. It takes the shortest amount of time. And the way these lessons have been developed with these different levels is that you don't have to have a certain age cap. So these can be with young learners, you can have middle school students, high schoolers, and even beyond. So it's really customizable and adjustable for age and experience. And with the exposure level, those very short, lightest lift versions of each lesson, the students are given a template and they're able to adjust and manipulate already pre-designed. So really get them comfortable with CAD and just that beginning introduction to the machine. Our engagement level, that's going to be our medium lift. This is a little bit longer duration. It covers more advanced concepts. They have adjustable files with more for parametric design, things like that. Our deep dive is going to be our heaviest lift. This is the longest duration, and it could potentially, depending on the lesson, take up to multiple sessions for them to be able to complete. And with this, we're providing more of an open template. So we're not giving students design files to manipulate. We're asking them to start from the bottom up. So they're going to be creating and designing these designs from scratch. And these digital lesson plans, they're going to be paired with a guidebook that walks you through the setup process when you first get the cart. It takes you through each step, setting it up, getting your machines on the wall, and also have those machine basics and how to use each machine with printed copies of each lesson. So that you have that physical PDF, and then also the digital access through Scopes.
Mm.
And the templates that we developed, they're currently located on Dassault Foundation's SolidWorks X design platform that we are developing with them in a goal to have a CAD software. It's sort of a one-stop shop for production. So the educators would be able to oversee all the students' designs, and with our goal is to be able to print directly to the machine from that software itself. You can go ahead and switch to the next slide. And each lesson is provided with a detailed rubric that's custom to that lesson. This will guide the evaluation of the student comprehension and participation. This can help us identify where the students are within the level that they've been taught. So if you have a student that's in your engagement level and they're hitting all of the advanced points, we can then think about maybe moving them up to more of a deep dive for their next lesson, or even take them from the, if we're doing the balsa glider and we're doing it in that exposure, we can move them to the next stage and get them designing more and getting more comfortable with what they're doing. And this, we are also developing individual tailored learning track. So for that learner that's going to go into a library and Fab-in-a-Box is there for them to access, they don't have a facilitator. We want to provide the independent learner these lesson plans for them to follow along with and also have that self-evaluation so that they can pair that with their lesson and encourage that self-reflection and growth so they can see their progress even without a facilitator present.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and pass on to the next one.
I can take this. So these are our partners that we work with over the years. So 135 partners and supporters and collaborators that we have had the opportunity to work with. So we're not starting from scratch with certain things. We've been out there. We have a large community and network that we engage with, and we're excited to push this new initiative and project out and see how it takes. So.
Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about Caterpillar.
Sure. So we have a new project with Caterpillar. We've initially worked with them training teachers. Abigail was able to facilitate those professional development sessions. Within that, we were able to give them a piece of equipment to take back to their classrooms. So Caterpillar came back to the table and they were interested in Fab-in-a-Box, and now we're going to be distributing, I think, about six of them in Mississippi and Illinois. So we have, I believe, four different schools, three or four different schools that will work with that. But we're excited to see how that goes, and see we really are looking forward to feedback from teachers and students and the users. So we have to definitely get user feedback. So. All right. This is information. If you want to learn more, you can reach out and use these QR codes. We'll send out more information. I believe Liz will have more information to send out as well. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, and we can take some questions. And I know Abigail had talked about the X design platform. So we did want to provide something, we want to provide something that's comes equipped with the machine, so it's not a heavy lift for teachers. But X Design is great software, and it's works right with the program. Abigail, will we be having computers with these as well? Is that part of?
There's a computer that comes with the
Yeah,
cart.
so you'll get the computer with the software on it to be able to design, and we're looking to make sure that it can print directly. Then you get the three machines, and I believe you may get a set of electronics. I don't.
They're working on that in this coming year. And also with that, I do think it's important to mention that we are providing the X Design software to have that space for design, but it's not limited. So if you have the Fab-in-a-Box cart and that you have limited access to Wi-Fi or internet, X Design is an online platform. We do also plan to provide resources for ways to design offline if you're in those kind of situations where you have a classroom of students and you need to be using a downloaded software that you can then take a USB, take the design straight to the machines. We're making it accessible and accommodating all different kinds of needs for Fab-in-a-Box.
Yeah, we want to make sure it's still open source as possible. Erica has a question. Will it be available internationally? Yes, we're a global organization, so we want to make sure we can reach everyone. So yeah, if you have questions, just reach out to us. I know as we keep progressing, we're going to have different versions. It's going to get better and better. But this is where we're at now from version one, which it functions. We ran it with some students in Mexico, and it was the for me the most challenging part was moving that thing around because it's
Mm.
so heavy, and then we had to figure out how to package it and send it back to the US. But this new cart or wall is going to come packaged. It's going to be easy to assemble. That's another project that you can do with students, like assembling the cart and deciding how you want it to look, because they can all, since it's modular, each cart and people in each educator's classroom can be different. Sarah, you asked the price. We're trying to make sure these come under 15,000. We're trying to get them, to maybe 10. Um, so that's with shipping and everything. And we want to make sure that digital fabrication tools are accessible to all. So, you know, um, we also want to ensure that teachers don't have such a heavy lift because they're already overwhelmed in the classroom. And, dealing with our last project that we just did in Texas, Texas has a specific curriculum that they have to follow. And if they don't adhere to that, educators can get in trouble. So we want to make sure that we're supplementing that and not trying to change. We don't want to change your curriculum. We want to add to it. Like on the scope site, if you're looking for lessons, Abigail has set it up where you can, there are the text. I think it's text TEKS is the curriculum in Texas. But if you're an educator and you're looking for lessons, please go on Scopes, and please reach out to Abigail if you have a specific curriculum that you have to follow, so we can know those things as well.
Rodney,
Sarah,
I have a, I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. Sarah, was
Oh,
that, I saw you had your question about how much, where are they being produced? We're producing this in-house, so they're going to be produced. We're not manufacturing them in-house. We're not making them at our HQ. We're working on this though internally. Um, and we're working with Dassault Systems. So, Melvin, you had a question?
yeah. First of all, this is a great design. It's leaps above what you guys had before. I was
Yeah.
thinking about the electronics, but more importantly, I was thinking about the learning curve, right?
Mhm.
We already have 3D printers and laser cutters in schools, and that's sort of what Sarah's doing with her group and teaching. Then you got
Mhm.
maker spaces. Then you got the universities with their bigger spaces. Where does Fab in a Box fit in that in that
Um,
group?
so it's when you look at that as from an accessibility point or access. A lot of students that we encounter, they're not able to set foot on those university, use those university labs. They may be able to use community center labs, but we're looking to place these in libraries and, at community centers, not just in the classrooms. So there are several different spaces that these places can be. Some universities still may get these as well. They're mobile, so they can go around go around the building and things like that.
I do
Uh,
think that's also something like in a school that already has an existing lab space. For me, the way I look at digital fabrication is when I was a kid in elementary school, we had a computer lab, and we were all taken into the computer lab and taught how to use the computer. That doesn't happen so much anymore. A lot of schools, not all, but a lot of schools are one-to-one, where students are taught that their computer is not something that they have to learn how to use this machine, but they are taught that this is a tool for learning. So with the Fab-in-a-Box, with this cart can be wheeled into a classroom. So you're taking, instead of taking the students into a lab and going, okay, we're in this lab, this is where we're going to learn how to use these machines. We're taking this cart and we're pulling it into a math class, and we're using the machines as tools for our learning in math or science, or even pulling it into the art room, saying, okay, this is what we're going to use as our tools, as our medium for the day. And I think that really widens the access and gets more kids interested and engaged in STEM. So we're not just saying you need to learn how to use a 3D printer for the sake of learning a 3D printer. I want you to learn how to use a 3D printer because I want you to use it as a tool for learning. I want this to expand your set of tools that you have, not just your computer, not just your notebooks and your pencils, but also we can use this for our design thinking and how to do that engineer design process.
I'm sorry, Abigail. We got like 10 seconds.
Oh, sorry.
Erica asked about ordering them. Erica, please reach out to us. We're in the pilot phase, so you can email us, and we'll get back to you. Thank you.
And follow along with our newsletter because we'll have up.
Camilla, how are you in the Moon Makers?
Hello, Rodney. I am actually nice. I'm really happy to see you when you were
Yes.
in the when we came back and you were like, hi. I was like, I don't want to disturb the organization or anything, but I'm so happy to see you.
Same
Right
here. Same
now,
here.
I moved to Spain to do the Fab Academy actually.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. That's great.
yeah.
Okay, Luciano used to live there, I believe. I'm thinking about. I'm telling myself I want to relocate to Portugal, which is next door.
Yeah,
So
yeah, actually.
yeah,
You want to
that's
Hey
read?
all.
guys,
It's good.
we're all back, I think, unless I got kicked out of the breakout room independently, but it looks like everybody got kicked out of the breakout rooms. So
That's interesting.
actually the first thing that I thought was, oh no, my electricity went out again when I suddenly got kicked out. I have a little
My
PTSD.
session could have lasted for another hour or two.
Yeah, I think we were actually in the middle of a video when we all got booted out. But you know what? I guess timing is everything, huh? So here we are back together. And we just have a couple more minutes to wrap up. I wanted to share. Alethea, is this your screen? Yeah, thanks. I wanted to share a general thank you to all of our presenters, our keynotes, our 20-minute presenters, our 45-minute presenters. Especially a big thank you to the organizing committee and the selection committee, especially the organizers who really kind of picked it up today when I lost electricity, and it's amazing to have such a great group of volunteers. So as you'll see following this session, you'll hear from us again. We're going to create more opportunities for engagement as we move forward. The playlist will be released and you'll receive notification and an invite to join discussion groups. So hopefully we can all meet again before next January. And also there's the opportunity to participate in the conference this summer in Czechia. And there will also be a Maker Ed Summit again in September. So a touching point in over the summer in person, and then also a virtual touch point in September through the Maker Ed Forum. Could you go to the next slide, please? Don't forget that you will get a really short survey when this meeting closes, and I appreciate you answering that. I will put it in the thank you email as well. So so thanks for that. And then the next one, I think. Yeah, that's me. Okay. So if you want to connect with me after the summit, please do. I'm interested in finding out more about your programs, your processes. If you've got any ideas to share, if you want to learn more about Fab Learning Academy, if you want to learn more about getting involved with EduFab, please contact me. That QR code that you have will bring you to my website and my like meeting link. I have this meeting link on my website that anybody can click on and set up a half-an-hour meeting with me. It's really great. I show up at these meetings with people from the internet, and there I am, and we're just talking. It's my husband thinks I'm a little crazy for doing that, but I really enjoy those 30-minute sessions just meeting people in the network. So you'll find that link if you follow that QR code. It's also on our website, just under our team. You'll find my link.